So we'll start our online reading session by praying to our spiritual master and acharyas. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namane. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Vishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshatare Shri Krishna Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Kapadi Vachana Mangalam Gayatri Girivatrava Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadale Krishna Krishna Bhaktaya Isharyasya Vadane Lakshmi Yasya Sakshasya Guruve Gaurachandraya Krishna Krishna Bhaktaya Mam Vacham Mam Prasuptam Sanjeevi Yaktya Kila Shakti Dharasutta Nyam Chasam Chanash Prana Namo Bhavade Shaya Jai Guru Harivanya Krishna Chitto Chinto Parikya Samsara Ujjati Vikaso Bhakti Hare Krishna. So thank you to each and everyone for joining, taking time and joining this online reading session. This book is quite a big book and it is taking a lot of time and energy reading and completing. Hope Krishna willing will finish it. It will take at least maybe more than 100 episodes. And better I will create a playlist for each volume 1, 2, 3. Maybe each part as well. Otherwise, it is very difficult for devotees to go through each and every this one. Yeah. So, Paramatmananda Prabhu. So, kindly start.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, in the book, The Mood and Mission of Srila Prabhupada, we are reading from the, in the book, it is from page number 457. Cultivating this point and advocating learning on the job. This is from the section on the job training. Okay, page 457. Yes, Prabhuji, continue. Hare
Krishna. From where shall I?
Here, right. I was telling you, iterating this point.
Iterating this point and advocating learning, quote, on the job, unquote. This movement is based on practical activity. Whatever talent you have got, whatever little strength you have got, whatever education you have not got to learn anything. Whatever you have got, in whatever position you are, you can serve Krishna. Not that you have to learn something first and then you can serve. No, the service itself is learning. The more you try to render service, the more you become advanced. How to become an experienced servant. We don't require any extra intelligence. Reference 2017. Lecture 1 March 1977. The following exchange concerned a disciple's proposal to serve the devotees by learning Ayurveda. Srila Prabhupada, If I am actually serious to serve Krishna, I must begin immediately. Hariswari. So that means utilizing whatever you already know. Srila Prabhupada. Yes, that's right. Because there is no guarantee. Suppose you are learning some art to serve Krishna. In the meantime, if death takes place, Hariswari, then no service. Srila Prabhupada. Then if you could not learn the art at the same time you missed Krishna service,
Hare Krishna.
no
Hey,
abhyarchya.
Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Yes.
You had a gap for some time. Can you please read from the first?
Okay. Srila
Can you
Prabhupada.
read again?
Then, if you could not learn the art at the same time you missed Krishna's service, that is not our principle. We want to serve Krishna. Swakarmana tam avyarchya. Bhagavad Gita 18.46. Whatever work you are already expert in, do that. Just like he is doing, indicating a devotee gardener. Whatever he knows, he is giving service. He is not going for sewing cloth because he does not know that. Why should he waste time? He knows this art, let him do it. That is service. Next page. Whatever you know, Krishna can accept any service. Whatever you know, Samsiddhi, the perfection is Haritoshanam. Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, second chapter, text 13. Whatever we already know. Reference 2018. Conversation 7 September 1976. Hari Sauri Das. Uh, TD means.
Transcendental Diary.
Okay,
TD means
Transcendental
Transcendental
Diary.
Diary.
Yes, yes. Transcendental Diary, Volume 4, Chapter 5.
Yeah. One thing I want to I was just thinking, I didn't roll the page because I was just thinking about this. See,
Yes.
Prabhupada is saying few things here that is very, very important to be noted. This quote is very, very important, and it should be sent to, I don't know if I say that it will be a controversy, but I will not say that. But what I'm saying is this one is very, whatever work you are already expert in, do it. Whatever he knows, he is giving service. He is not going for the sewing club because he does not know that. Why should he waste time? He knows this art, let him do it. That is service. So the thing is, if a devotee is already educated and he is a PhD graduate or an IIT, what I can say, IITN or IIT alumni, he can go and preach to the people whom he thinks to be educated. He need not waste his 10 years of life in getting a PhD degree and then preach. But in some circles of ISKCON, what is going on is that devotees are being rigged and then tortured like anything to get a PhD degree for 10 years. One Mataji I know particularly, she came to my book table. She is very old. She is already 50. Old means, I mean, she is aged, 55, 60 she is. And she is working in one of the departments which our devotees are holding. I don't want to say that name. And she's being told by one of the big preachers that why don't you do PhD? अरे माता जी को क्यों करना है PhD? That's all. She is there 10 years. She has to take care of her husband, take care of her children and everything. She is also doing PhD because his counselor. Sorry, his counselor told him. So this is going on. If you don't have that service and if you don't want that, why you have to waste your time 10 years, 15 years going in that? वो सेवा हो सकता है, but the problem is that why you have to waste the time? Whatever talents you already have, if you have a degree, use it in Krishna service. If you don't have a degree, don't work hard to get a degree and think that by getting a degree you can preach very nicely. This is what is the problem of present so-called devotees who are having degrees and preach in English, and they come in the YouTube channel and write books. Very sorry, I'm blunt in that. And from the time I came to Krishna consciousness, this was a great problem. First, your degree is being asked what you are. You are a chartered accountant, you are an engineer, you're IIT graduate, you're this, you're that, and then you can preach. This is very strong. Prabhupada is like, why you have to waste your time? So that is the thing. So somebody who says that, Prabhuji, you can preach, if you do this degree, you can preach very nicely, then you can give this quote. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji. So Paramatmananda, you are Prabhu, you are facing network issues, so you are able to read. Okay.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
You can read?
Yes. Am I audible?
No, you are audible, please. Until your network is fully gone, go on reading, no problem.
Okay. In 1967, in the presence of Jadurani Devidasi, his first artist disciple, while waving his hand and arm in the air as if painting the air, he told a neighbor artist, quote, I have taught her how to paint. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. 9 years later, he said, quote, in the beginning she could not paint, but by following the process of Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam, the talent has come out. Unquote. Reference 2019. Yadurani Shyamarani Devidasi in a Bond of Love.
Okay. I have to tell this now online so that people know. Actually, Prabhupada gave her Yadurani Devidasi. And then, I don't know, somebody devotees know or not, but when she took shelter from some other sannyasi, Gaudiya then that sannyasi gave her the name Shyamarani Devidasi. Hare Krishna. She was told that you are not being given a Vrindavan name, so she was given Shyamarani.
When some of Srila Prabhupada's artist disciples felt that the quality of their productions fell far short of that required to illustrate the topics that he was delineating in his books, they wrote him, suggesting that they learn Renaissance art techniques. Reference 2020.
It's not Renaissance, Prabhu, it's Renaissance.
Okay, Renaissance. See Jadurani Devidasi, The Art of Spiritual Life, page 258. Srila Prabhupada replied as follows, there is no need of wasting time for learning the art from study of text. We should always remember that our time is very short. I think our artists should be satisfied with whatever they have learned already. That is sufficient. They should simply be engaged in painting pictures always, and that will teach them the art sufficiently.
Yes, this is very, very important. Whatever talents we have, we should just engage. We should not waste our time in thinking that karmis are doing very nicely and then I'll learn many things and then jack of all, master of none.
In the beginning, I was seriously corresponding with Indian friends to get some good Mridanga players. But when I found it too difficult to get a man from India, some of my students were given the rudimentary lessons in playing
Rudimentary,
and
rudimentary, rudimentary.
rudimentary uh, rudimentary lessons in playing, and simply by practice they are putting on Sankirtana parties everywhere. My Guru Maharaj used to say that in a foreign land where you cannot speak the language with the natives very nicely, what do you do when there is a fire in your house? Next page. Just to
Yes.
get their help. Uh, In such an emergency, one has to express himself somehow or other in his foreign friends and get their help to extinguish the fire. But if he wants to learn the language first and then work with the foreign friends to get help, then everything in the meantime would be finished. Similarly, if we have to learn and then paint, it will be a long term affair. But immediately we want so many pictures for all of our books, so all the artists may always be engaged in painting works, and that painting itself will gradually teach them how to make things nice. If all the artists are always engaged in painting, that will satisfy me, and that will gradually make them experienced for making good paintings. Reference 2021, later 21st April 1970. And factually, when Jadurani first began to paint, she was slow, but now that she has practiced, she has become very expert and quick. So, this practice is what will improve all areas of your already very nice artwork. Reference 2022. Later, 12 December 1968. When an Indian well-wisher proposed that new recruits be trained before being let loose, Srila Prabhupada disagreed. Quote, no, they will be trained while working, not by simply theorizing at home. They should work, and at the same time, they may fall down just like a child tries to walk, falls down, again walks, again, then he becomes complete. Unquote. Reference 2023. Conversation 30 September 1975. To the further assertion that before attempting to preach, his disciples should first learn about and develop the qualities of a real sadhu. Srila Prabhupada retorted, uh, quote, if you make a condition that first of all you become qualified, then you preach, that will never come. Rupa Goswami therefore recommends yana tena prakarena mana krishna niveshayat. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, first, uh, 1.2.4.
1.2.4. Yes.
Yes. Somehow or other bring him to Krishna consciousness. First of all, let their mind be fixed on Krishna consciousness. Unquote. Reference 2024. Same as
Same.
before. Ah, yes.
Yes.
When a devotee asked, quote, how can we increase our personal capacity to preach? Unquote, Srila Prabhupada replied, quote, by preaching, if you preach, then you will meet with so many obstacles and you have to prepare yourself how to meet the obstacles. Then you become a strong preacher. Unquote, reference 2025, lecture 5th July 1976.
So this is the best answer for everybody. So many devotees who come over the period of time, they will say, how can we distribute books? How can we preach? By distributing, by preaching, by speaking, by cooking, by cleaning, everything, all qualities will come. Obstacles we have to face, we have to challenges, then everything will come. Yes.
With the motive, the more one preaches, the
With
more
the
he
same motive,
becomes.
Prabhu,
With the same
Hare Krishna,
motive.
with the same,
Yes, with the same motive, the more one preaches, the more he becomes expert and the more he is able to convince others. Reference 2026. Later, 19 December 1974. Go and preach. Don't be afraid. Simply present. Yare dekho tare kaho Krishna Upadesh. Chaitanya Charitamrit, Madhya Lila, 7th chapter, text 128. Whatever you have learned from Krishna, from your guru, just vomit it. That's all. There is no need of becoming very expert. Simply whatever you learned, that's all. Reference 2027. Conversation 6 September 1976. Learning on the job works in other areas of devotional service also.
So one thing is that there is nothing like expert preacher. So somebody says, Prabhuji, he is a very expert preacher, expert chanter. There is nothing like expert preacher or expert chanter because everybody learns over a period of time. It's just the opportunity one takes and one learns. That's what I think. Okay.
Stick to Krishna's service and he will give you more and more intelligence and more managing power. Reference 2028.
Wow, today is very good day.
Later, 14 September 1974. Prabhupada was training us by book distribution, how to organize, how to manage, how to preach, how to associate on a level that wasn't based so much on sentiment but on factual philosophical understanding of what we are doing. Reference 2029. Keshava Bharati Das, Srila Prabhupada Lilamrit interview.
Yeah. Now book distribution has gone more sentimental than philosophical. Hare Krishna.
Yes. He never preferred to hire karmi laborers but engaged his own men and women and expected them to quickly pick up proficient skill by trial and error. Unquote. Reference 2030. Satswarup Das Goswami, Srila Prabhupada, Smaranam, page 137.
Yeah, this is very important, but nowadays it is going on reverse. Even book distribution is done by karmi laborers. Sale figures have been given and they hit the targets, and based on the scores of the books, they are being paid. Sorry to inform you, but there are paid book distributors. Karmis are doing book distribution. I don't want to tell the temple name, but they are doing it.
Yes.
Even book distribution is gone on a toss. Okay.
And thus, by Srila Prabhupada's blessings, many devotees became expert in diverse fields such as
Diverse,
public speaking.
diverse,
Diverse, sorry.
diverse.
Yes, become expert in diverse fields such as public speaking, editing, cooking, legal affairs, and accounting, and most importantly, became reliable and responsible. There must be always individual striving and work and responsibility, competitive spirit, not that one shall dominate and distribute benefits to the others and they do nothing but beg from you and you provide. No, never mind, there may be moderation to register each center, take tax certificate each, become separate corporations in each state. That will train men how to do these things and they shall develop reliability and responsibility. Reference 2031.
The same reference.
Retrospectively, several disciples expressed appreciation from Srila Prabhupada's having figuratively thrown them in at the deep end. You gave us responsibilities you knew we were not prepared for, but your faith that Krishna would provide as long as we kept on the path you set for us gave us the power to do so. Reference 2032. Mrigakshi Devi Dasi, Vyas Puja offering 2020.
Oh, Mataji is there. Meenakshi Mataji, are you the same?
Yes,
Hare
Prabhuji. No, no,
Krishna.
no. she's this Mrigakshi Devidas is Srila Prabhupada disciple. Hare Krishna.
Is Prabhupada disciple? Okay, I don't know. I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Okay.
A
Continue.
wonderful part of the movement was that we would take responsibilities immediately, which made us strong and expert. We would learn and develop. Reference 2033. Jyotirmoyi Devi Dasi in a bond of love. We rose to challenges that brought out skills and character that we never knew were there. Reference 2034. Akhandadi Das. Forward to endangered species. ISKCON Ashramites in the West by Kalakanta Das and Jita Mitra Devi Dasi Dandavats
Link.
and link. Reference 2035. See also to be expert.
Volume 3, page 420. Okay, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Nicely
Thank
read.
you.
Thank you. 1 second. Rupananda Prabhu, please. Sorry. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam.
Dhanavad. I was seeing for
Um,
new people, anybody is there, but yeah. Yes, Prabhu, you can read it.
Boom for Grihasthas. The demigods are standing in line to take their birth in Krishna consciousness movement, Srila Prabhupada said. Reference 2036, conversation dated 9 June 1976. And thus, Grihastha devotees can further the Krishna consciousness agenda by facilitating the birth of pious souls. Others are producing children like cat and dogs. If you produce Krishna conscious children, the face of the world will change. Reference 2037, lecture dated 8 November 1968.
Yeah.
Of course,
See, this I wanted to tell, but I don't know. It might be personal, or somebody might take it wrongly, or I don't know. But I just want to tell that there is so much of propaganda on the internet everywhere going on regarding nowadays. It has come out regarding producing children through C-section or normal delivery. So we have to be careful regarding this. So it's a big plan by the government, based by the so many people to reduce the population, so called, which was done by Sanjay Gandhi in 1977, 1975 to 77, the Nasbandi program. So something is going on in the hospitals and all those places, which I found out recently, and I didn't know about all these things. Neither of many of our leaders also they know it. I think I don't know, but this is very very important. We have to produce Krishna conscious children and face the world, or they will change. Hare Krishna. Please, Prabhu, continue.
Of course, there is much more that Grihastha devotees can do in Lord Chaitanya's movement. And Srila Prabhupada offered them all encouragement to do so. The inside outside controversy. Although most of Srila Prabhupada's disciples thought that Krishna consciousness necessitated living in a temple, it was not what he taught. Many people come and inquire whether they have to give up family life to join the society. But that is not our mission. One can remain comfortably in his residence. We simply request everyone to chant the Maha Mantra Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
The Krishna consciousness movement is trying to elevate human society to the perfection of life by pursuing the method described by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his advice to the Brahmana Kurma. That is one should stay at home, chant the Hare Krishna mantra, and preach the instructions of Krishna as they are given in the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Reference 2038, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, 7th chapter, 128 text purports. We do not ask anyone to first change his position and then come to us. Instead, we invite everyone to come with us and simply chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama, Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Because
Hare
we know that if one simply chants and hears the topics of Krishna, one's life will change. He will see a new light and his life will be successful. Reference 2039. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 7, Text 44, purport. Garg Muni Das, commenting on Srila Prabhupada's plan to keep the Los Angeles Center in its original church format, reference 2040. See paragraph beginning, knowing that most Westerners were not ready for an immediate major cultural shift.
Page 609.
Okay. Srila Prabhupada was thinking mainstream America, not hippies. His vision wasn't that we all become monks. He wanted judges and politicians and doctors to come to the temple. They are not going to all become monks and shave up. But we had another vision. Come to the temple and shave up. But that wasn't Srila Prabhupada's vision. Reference 2041. Das in following Srila Prabhupada, August 1971.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, your internet is a problem. We are not able to hear properly. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, your internet is having a poor signal or it's wavering like anything.
Is not turning Prabhu.
Hare God. Prabhu, we are not able to hear properly. Prabhu, devotees are like, at least I am not able to. I don't know.
There
Oh, Krishna.
is because light has gone by.
Oh, Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
There is some
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Rupananda Prabhu.
activities you
Rupanand Prabhu, please. Prabhu, we are not able to hear anything. So please, I think your signal is a problem or there is something going on at your side.
yes, yes, Prabhuji, please ask some other devotees to read on.
Because from the time you read till now, it was like hazy and no proper signal. I don't know, you don't have proper signal. I don't know. Now it is okay?
Are you here? Are you able to hear me, Prabhuji?
Now I am able to hear, but previously it was like Amen to like that. Sorry.
Prabhuji, sorry, I'm in a place where some problem is there. So I would request some other devotees should read instead of me, because it would
Oh.
become.
Okay, Prabhuji. Shyam Swarup Prabhu, continue.
Okay, Prabhu, Hare Krishna. A man who was seriously practicing but had a large family to support and could not commit full time asked if it was necessary to join the temple to become a real devotee and to go back to Godhead. He further inquired if someone who lived outside the temple could be considered a bona fide devotee. Srila Prabhupada responded, quote, "The purpose of these temples is to show how you should live in your own home. You should make your home just like the temple. Whatever we are doing in the temple, you should do in your home." Unquote. Reference 2042. Rohini Kumaradasa, Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita interview. The question whether devotees must live in a temple was several times put to Srila Prabhupada, especially by or in relation to followers of Siddha Swarupananda Goswami, whose advocacy of living outside was zealously opposed by mainstream ISKCON devotees. In the following exchange, Srila Prabhupada elucidated his stance on the inside-outside controversy. Siddha Swarupa. It is very difficult to put everyone who is living outside the temple in one category. Many people that I know living outside are strictly following the regulative principles, chanting their rounds, and having morning arati in their homes. And evening also, they are chanting. So instead of fighting, I think we should only try to encourage everybody to chant and follow the regulative principles. Srila Prabhupada. Whether you live in the temple or outside, the rules and regulation and the process must be followed. Then you are successful. It does not matter that you have to live in the temple. Grihe thako, vane thako, sada hari bole dako. Not that everyone has to live in the temple. If he does not agree with other God brothers, friends, he can live separately, but he must follow the rules and regulations that is wanted. But if you live with devotees, it will be automatically done. Siddha Swarupa, easy. Srila Prabhupada. Therefore, it is recommended that you live with the devotees, but if you cannot agree with the devotees, you have got your own opinion. If you have got your own opinion, then you cannot make a new opinion so far the process is concerned. That must be followed. This is not a good idea. Quote, "Whatever I do, it is my independence and I will chant." Unquote. So that is good in the sense that someday he will come to senses. Otherwise, for the time being, the chant is not very powerful. The fire in wet wood is not powerful. It will create some smoke. Although the fire is there, But if you put dry wood, immediately it will be blazing and your business will be quickly done. This is intelligence. There are many examples. A patient is suffering from disease and a doctor says, quote, you should do, you should not do, unquote. So if we follow, quote, you should not do, unquote, then he quickly recovers. But if he comes under the treatment of the doctor and at the same time does all nonsense, then how can it be successful? It will take time. Offenseless chanting is the ultimate goal. In the beginning, we are not offenseless, but by chanting, by practice, we gradually become offenseless. But this is necessary that you should be offenseless. Rameshwara. Srila Prabhupada, it seems unfortunate that if the devotees cannot live in the temples, then they have to work for some karmi just to support themselves, and then they do not have time to go on the Sankirtana party. It is such mercy to be on the Sankirtana party. It seems very unfortunate that they do not have the time.
Wow,
Very
this is the big
important point.
question now.
Srila Prabhupada, no, then they should live in the temple if they want to give service in the Sankirtana party. Rameshwara, we always try to encourage them to come back to the temple. Srila Prabhupada, yes, if he does not join the Sankirtana party, that does not mean his spiritual life is hampered. He has to follow the
Correct.
rules and regulations. He may not be able to join the Sankirtana party, but he must follow the process, rules, and regulations that is wanted. And if because he is living outside the temple, therefore he will forget all rules and regulations and do whatever he likes, then it will ruin the whole thing. Devotee 1. Srila Prabhupada, is it faster if one lives in the temple and goes on the Sankirtana party? Is it faster? Srila Prabhupada, that depends on him. Even in the temple, if his mind is in a different subject matter, then how will it help him? Balimardana, the temple authorities like to preach that anyone who is living outside the temple is going to hell. Srila Prabhupada, generally. Balimardana. But even devotees who are following, they like to preach that. Srila Prabhupada. No, that is not. Just like even
Yes.
in ordinary business, if you transact business in the stock association, you get good business. And outside the stock association, you don't get because association is there and there are many purchasers and many sellers. So if you have to sell, you get an immediate purchaser, and if you have to purchase, there is an immediate seller. Therefore, the stock exchange is there. That is the way that if we live together in the stock exchange of devotional service, then you can help me, I can help you. Our business will go on nicely. And if you live 300 miles away from the stock exchange, you will not get so much business. Devotee 2, you will miss the opportunities. Srila Prabhupada, yes. Therefore, it is helpful. If you want to do business, you must take the first opportunity, the greatest opportunity. That is intelligence. And if we think, quote, I shall do slowly, in 700 lives, I shall become perfect, unquote. That is another thing. Balimardana, it is riskier to stay outside. Srila Prabhupada, oh yes, very risky. Otherwise, why are you opening so many centers and making arrangements? Quote, we shall provide you with shelter, with food. These are the facilities. You live here, do whatever is your capacity. Don't sleep, but work. This is our teaching. Satam Prasangat. And Rupa Goswami says, Sato Vritte Sadhu Sange Shadbhir Bhakti Prasiddhyati. Prasiddhyati. If you live with the association of sadhu, devotee, then it will be quickly fruitful. And if you live with these ordinary men, then whatever you have got will be finished very soon. There is another verse. It is said there that it is preferred to live within a cage surrounded by fire than to live with the non devotees. Reference 2043, Conversation 3rd February 1975. Accepting that grihasthas living outside can hardly maintain temple standards, Srila Prabhupada did not want that they live Krishna consciousness altogether. I have no objection if the grihasthas live outside and earn money, but I do not want them to live. The strict temple
Not live,
procedure.
Prabhu. Hare Krishna. It's not live, it's leave.
Leave, okay, okay. Sorry.
Leave,
I
leave.
have,
If you
yeah,
read leave, then it will be the whole meaning will change. They
meaning will
leave
change.
Krishna consciousness, leaving Krishna
Yes,
consciousness. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
I have no
sorry.
objection if the grihasthas live outside and earn money, but I do not want them to leave. The strict temple procedure is only for those who live in the temple. Grihasthas should live outside and they cannot follow strictly everything. Reference
Okay.
2044, letter 14 July 1972. In summary, it is not that anyone is excluded from being my disciple if they do not 100% attend all the temple programs, but they should be encouraged to attend as far as possible. Living outside and working are not prohibited, and it is not recommended that such a strict rule as no outside living should be enforced. But living in the association of devotees is better. Reference 2045, letter 8 December 1971. Although temple life is generally recommended, home life is by no means prescribed. Genuinely Krishna conscious grihasthas can transform their seemingly mundane homes into replicas of the spiritual world. Whenever a householder glorifies the Supreme Lord in his home, his activities are immediately transformed into the activities of Goloka Vrindavana. Spiritual activities, spiritual activities taking place in the Goloka Vrindavana planet of Krishna. Reference 2046, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, Chapter 7, Text 69 purport. By emphasizing the need for Krishna conscious form communities, Srila Prabhupada desired to create facilities for grihasthas to avail themselves of devotee association as much as good temple residents. Reference 2047. See Simple Living and High Thinking, Self-Sufficient Forms.
Volume 2, page number 163.
As well as farm life, Srila Prabhupada suggested other engagements for grihasthas. Farm projects as well as constructing temples, protecting cows, gathering milk, then making ghee, then opening Hare Krishna restaurants are all good programs for grihasthas. Reference 2048, letter 2nd April 1976. Business making money for Krishna was also recommended by Srila Prabhupada for grihasthas. Reference 2049. Prabhu, page number.
Uh, it is given as seed suitable for householders only, volume 3, page 491. Okay, what's the time? 10 times. Okay, Prabhu, I request some other
Okay,
devotees to
Prabhu.
read.
Hare Krishna.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Arunachal Prabhu, can you read? Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I will read. Hare Krishna. Yes, I will read, Prabhu. Sensation not
Slow
required.
and clear.
Prabhuji, I am reading from mobile. Let's see how it goes. Renunciation not required. One mission. Mute put it. Okay. Renunciation not required. In our society, everyone, either a brahmachari or sannyasi or grahastha, who has dedicated his life and soul for this movement, are all on the same level of sannyasi. 2050 reference. Letter 30 August 1969. While acknowledging the advantages of remaining unmarried, Srila Prabhupada emphasized that Krishna consciousness is not limited to renunciants. If one is able to remain as brahmachari, that is first class, because so much botheration of household life is immediately avoided. But Krishna consciousness is not limited that one must be a brahmachari or sannyasi to execute. Spiritual means that there are no conditions whatever. So any position one may be in, you can chant Hare Krishna, reach Krishna consciousness, and pray to Krishna to engage him more and more in his transcendental loving service. Page reference 2751. Letter 8 July 1969. Once, when Srila Prabhupada was discussing surrender to Krishna, a reporter posed some probing question. Reporter, does surrender means that someone would have to leave his family? Srila Prabhupada, no. Reporter, but suppose I were to become an initiate, wouldn't have to come and live in the temple? Srila Prabhupada, not necessarily. Reporter, I can stay at home? Srila Prabhupada, oh yes. Reporter, what about work? Would I have to give up my job? Srila Prabhupada, no. You would simply have to give up your bad habits, chant the Hare Krishna mantra on these beats. That's all. Yes, next page. Reporter, would I have to give any financial support? Srila Prabhupada, no, that is your voluntary wish. If you give, that is all right. And if you don't, we don't mind. We don't depend on anyone's financial contribution. We depend on Krishna. Reference 2052. The Science of Self-Realization, Chapter 2. It's not that everyone has to take sannyasa like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Srila Prabhupada upheld. He continued. Everyone can execute the cult of Krishna consciousness at home as ordered by the Lord. Everyone can congregationally chant the holy name of Krishna, the Hare Krishna mantra. One can also discuss the subject matter of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam and install deities of Radha Krishna or Gaur Nitai or both and worship them very carefully in one's own home. It's not that we have to open different centers all over the world. Whoever cares for the Krishna consciousness moment can install deities at home and under superior guidance worship the deity regularly, chanting the Maha Mantra and discussing the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. We are actually teaching in our class how to go about this. One who feels that he is not yet ready to live in a temple or undergo strict regulative principles in the temple, especially householders who live with a wife and children, can start a center at home by installing the deity. Yes, Farooj, next page. Worshipping the Lord morning and evening, chanting Hare Krishna, and discussing the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Anyone can do this at home without difficulty. That is 2053 and the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 3.190 purport. 2054. For further discussion of home-based temples, see a temple in every home. PCCC. I didn't understand. Okay,
Volume 2,
P-
volume 2, page 373.
Okay, volume page 370. Okay. Indeed, in the following quotes, Srila Prabhupada advised us against leaving home and accepting sannyasa, and offers all encouragement to Grasta to practice Krishna consciousness at home. It is not advisable in this age of Kali to leave one's family suddenly, for people are not trained as proper brahmacharis and grasta. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advised the Brahmana not to be too eager to give up family life. It would be better to remain with his family and try to become purified chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra regularly under direction of a spiritual master. This is the instruction of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This principle followed by everyone. There is no need to accept sannyasa. The next verse, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advises everyone to become an ideal householder by offensively chanting Hare Krishna mantra and teaching the same principle to everyone he meets. Reference 2055. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya 7.27 purport. Many people come and inquire whether they have to give up family life to join the society. But that is not our mission. One can remain comfortably in his residence. We simply request everyone to chant the Mahamantra Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram.
Hare Hare.
Reference 2056. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 7.128 purport. One may remain a householder, a medical practitioner, an engineer, and whatever. It doesn't matter. One only has to follow the instruction of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and instruct relatives and friends in the teachings of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Reference 2057. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 7.130 purport. This actually both shlokas are nearby, previous and current one. Moreover, in the following quote, Srila Prabhupada establishes that one of the core purposes of ISKCON is to facilitate the spiritual advancement of married people. The Krishna conscious movement has been established to give Grahasthas all over the world an opportunity to hear Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita specifically. Reference 2058. Srimad Bhagavatam 7.14.3-4 purport. Elaborately on this point, Srila Prabhupada presented a formula for happy home life. The best process for making the home pleasant is Krishna consciousness. If one is full Krishna consciousness, he can make his home very happy. Because this process of Krishna consciousness is very easy, one need only chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Accept the remnants of foodstuffs offered to Krishna, have some discussions on books like Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, and engage oneself in deity worship. These four things will make one happy. One should train the members of his family in this way. The family members can sit down morning and evening and chant together Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
If one can mold his family life in this way to develop Krishna consciousness, follow these four principles, then there is no need to change from family life to renounced life. Reference 2059. I think, yes.
Yeah, good.
Bhagavad Gita 13.8 to 12 purport. Yes, this I was expecting. Yes. However, to this Srila Prabhupada added a rider. But if it is not congenial, not favorable for spiritual advancement, then family life should be abandoned. Reference 2060. Same as previous.
Same. Okay.
Same as
Okay,
20. Yeah.
Prabhu.
Okay. Hare
Okay,
Krishna.
Prabhu. We'll stop here. Thank you very much for your participation. And all the devotees, thank you very much for all your participation. So you have come all the way, and then come all the way means you have come and then participating. And we will stop here. If anybody has anything to ask, they can ask. Otherwise, we will stop here. Anybody has any questions, doubts, protests, or anything? Okay, thank you. So we'll stop here and we'll meet tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Pancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindebhyo vacha. पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. स्वामी भक्ति विकास स्वामी महाराज की जय. The mood and mission of Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Samveda Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Pai Gaura Prema. Hare Bo. Hare Krishna. Some message. I'm facing it. Okay.